Okay, so what we're gonna work on today is I'm gonna reinforce me wiping her mouth because she drinks and she's really messy with her drinking. Plus, because of her hair, the water goes right here, and if I don't dry it every time, then it'll start to stink. So I wanna condition her to let me dry it while I give her a treat. So come here. And then we're gonna condition putting on the leash and walking up and down the hallway and see how she responds to that. So that's what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna start with the the towel. So this is her towel. And so, we always got our clicker. They have your clicker. So we take the towel and we put it like this, right? And we put our clicker under so she can still hear the click. See, she looks down still. Okay, so now, here. If she lets me grab it, we click, and we treated her. That wasn't really that good, so let's try it this way. Okay. Ready? Okay. And so what I need to try to do is to feed her right on top of the towel. So let's try to put this finger here. And then click right here so that she stays on top of the towel. Right here. So if she hears a click, you might not hear it, but she does. Towel. You have to make sure she understands it's the towel that's giving her the click, not the Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down like this. So we'll stop it right there because she's getting a little anxious. So I don't want her to react negatively to any leash. So what I do is I take the leash that I'm going to use, and for her I'm just using a slip leash. And so I'm going to leave it hanging this time. Yesterday when we worked it, I didn't leave it hanging, and I'm not going to open it as much. So, but I'm still going to wait for her to put her head through, and then I'm going to try to put it all the way on and leave it there. So she knows this is it, and she gets the treat. So you see her body language change a little bit. So I leave it on because I don't want to take it off of her when she's pulling her head out of it. So I do it like that. Because if she pulls out, then that means she wins, you know? Here you go. Good girl. And now I'll take it off while she's eating. All right. Next, I'm gonna put it on and I'm gonna push it down a little bit so she feel the tug on it. Okay. So she feels a little tug on it. So I bring her back, and I'm gonna keep it on just for a minute and see if she'll walk with me. Okay. So I'm gonna change it to this hand. See, she's a little nervous about that. So let me change my clicker into this hand so we can treat with this hand. Ready? Okay, so I'm gonna let her see the leash hanging down like this, and we're gonna walk. Here. Here you go. So every time she turns with me, I'm gonna click and treat her. Look, she's looking up. She's ready. That's a good girl. Yeah. See, she's a little nervous about it. Now I'm gonna do something different because I don't want her to get so used to that. She's not ready for that. Okay. Here you go. You want to try to sit down? Sit. No, not ready yet? Okay. You ready to take it off? Is it making you upset? Ready? Okay, so I change hands again. And I feed. And I take it off and I give her a break. So she followed me just fine. It's just that she gets a little anxious when you start moving around her with the leash, so it's better to let her come to you. And so we kind of work that. And the reason why we work it in the house first. See, the mistake that a lot of pet parents make and dog handlers make is they start working outside when the dog is anxious, smelling stuff, and all of that. So the best thing to do is to start with the leash work in the house, in the backyard. And if you have a hallway like this, it's really good because you can work the leash inside and you get the control here. And then as you move outside, we move to the driveway is the next step after this. And we get that, and that's good. Then we move it to the street. And then we walk the street a little bit. And if that's good, then we continue to walk. And so we encourage her to keep walking, you know, allowing her to put her hand in the leash, allowing me to tighten it up while she's getting a treat. See, she's ready. She really is ready to do it. She just doesn't want to be forced to do it. That's the thing I noticed. She gets like really anxious when you force her, so we're not going to force her. Okay? It's like with the sit. Sit. She gets anxious, so she knows it, but she gets anxious. And the way she learned it, I think, is by them pushing her butt down, because that's why I lean over her and I touch her on her back like this and I go sit. And you see, she's learned that. That's what she's learned from them. But I'm going to teach it to her where she just sits down, you know, and nobody's pushing her or forcing her, because that's probably the way they train with force, you know, making her do stuff. So that's it for right now. Bye. You want to say bye? You want to say bye? And look at the camera and say bye. Say bye, Mom. Here you go. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Good girl. Come on. Go to your room. Here. Go to your room. In here. Come on. Let's go.
Click for manners.